Man, this happened here in Texas not long ago. It was one of those brutal winters where snow covers everything, and the sky turns a flat gray. Roads were basically empty. Tom and his daughter Ellie had just left a funeral. Yeah, a close relative had been murdered a few days earlier, so the mood at the cemetery was ice cold. Nobody said a word. When it was over, they called an Uber. Neither of them wanted to drive in that mess. They were wiped, dead tired. 5 minutes later, this dark sedan shows up, wipers working overtime to clear the windshield. The driver, a Latino guy in his 40s, just gives a quick nod. Ellie hops in first, right side of the back seat. Tom slides in on the left. Both of them in the back. Driver isn't chatty. He just turns on some low country music and eases out slow. The road's nothing but white, and you can only see the tire tracks fading behind. Inside felt almost warm, and the windows started fogging up. Wipers kept scraping that crusty snow. Same squeak over and over. The radio cut in and out. Ellie pushed up her glasses, yanked her scarf over her face, and stared at the snow. Tom sat there with his hands clasped on his leg, staring at nothing. Driver stared ahead, barely blinking. Long trip, and with that blizzard, it was gonna take forever. About 20 minutes in, the driver's phone buzzes. Without even turning around, he goes, "Got a pickup close by. That bother y'all?" Voice bone dry. Tom looks at Ellie. She shrugs. Tom nods. "Yeah, sure, grab 'em." Driver flips a U-turn and heads down a side road. Snow everywhere, both sides. They pull onto a shoulder you could barely see. A guy standing there, totally still. Heavy black coat with the hood pulled low, soaked through. Brown sweatpants, stained. Old boots half buried in the snow. Blonde hair stuck to his forehead. Scruffy beard, skin pale as chalk. Big beat-up black backpack, dripping water. He climbs in next to Tom, without a word. Hands on his knees like a statue. Car crawls back onto the road, snow dumping harder. Not a peep inside. Guy's eyes stay glued forward, hands locked on his knees. Water drips off that backpack onto the floor mat. Every so often his icy sleeve brushes Tom's arm. Tom scoots a bit away, trying not to make it obvious. Ellie keeps staring out the window, but her eyes flick over at him quick, just checking. She's not freaking, just tense. You can tell by how she's gripping her scarf, like she wishes she could hide behind it. Dude doesn't move an inch, and the silence stretches forever. Then this smell creeps in. Faint at first, but getting stronger. Damp dirt mixed with something you can't place. Tom smells it. Ellie smells it. Driver doesn't say a thing, just glances in the mirror and turns the radio down even lower. Guy's still locked in that pose, arms tight, hands on knees, head straight. Barely seems to breathe. Car hits icy patches now and then. When it does, his shoulder bumps Tom's for a second. No reaction. It's like he doesn't even notice. Out of nowhere he speaks. Voice rough and low. "Cold night, huh?" Nobody answers. Tom doesn't even look over, just gives a slow nod. Ellie keeps staring ahead, hands folded tight. Driver grips the wheel harder. The words hang there, and the quiet after is even worse. Few more minutes roll by, still no talking. Roads barely visible under layers of snow. Wipers can't keep up. Windows fog inside. Vibe gets weird. Ellie pulls her phone to check the map, or just break the silence, but no signal. One sad bar. Locks it and drops it back. Driver's trying to stay cool, but you can see the tension. Both hands glued to the wheel, face stiff. Quick look in the mirror, nothing said. Car slides a little on each curve, so he keeps slowing down. Outside is straight white. No other cars, just falling snow and the engine's hum. Tom rolls his neck, trying to loosen up. Shoulders stiff, and the guy's arm has bumped in a few times already. Stranger still in the exact same pose, eyes forward. Ellie pats her knees, sits up straighter, stays quiet. Whole car feels like it's waiting for something bad. Suddenly, The guy turns his head real slow. Stares right at Tom. No smile, no frown, just staring. Tom sees it out of the corner of his eye, but won't look back. Plays it off, acts like he's checking the window, even though there's nothing to see. Silence gets heavier. After a few beats, the guy faces front again. Minutes later, he slips a hand into his jacket pocket, fidgeting around. Tom notices. Eyes dart back to the window. Ellie sees it too. You can hear something clinking in there. Driver stays silent but throws a quick look in the rear view. Stranger pulls his hand out, empty, and rests it on his knees again. Sun's gone. Road is pitch black except for the headlights. Snow's dumping harder. Cars barely doing 25. Wiper squeals. Beams only hit swirling white. Ellie hugs her coat. Tom rubs his hands like the heater quit. Driver licks his dry lips, still quiet. Ellie grabs her phone again, tries the map one more time. No bars, battery flashing red. She sighs, locks it, drops it on her lap. Stranger turns his head a bit, watches, then looks forward again. Tom finally brakes. How far till we hit the interstate? Voice steady but low. Driver answers without looking back. Maybe 10 minutes, if it's not closed. Stranger lets out this odd half laugh, half cough. Then nothing. Road narrows, pine trees heavy with snow on both sides. Out of nowhere, a huge branch crashes onto the lane. Driver slams the brakes. Everyone lurches forward. Backpack slides off and smacks the floor. First time the guy really moves. Bends quick, hauls it back up. Tom sees the zipper popped open a bit. Something metal flashes in the dashlight. He swallows hard. Stranger catches him looking, yanks the zipper shut, keeps his hand planted on it. Ellie misses it, but feels the change in the air. Without warning, the guy tells the driver, "Pull over after the curve." Voice soft but heavy. Driver ignores him. Stranger repeats, sharper, "I said pull over." Hand slips inside his jacket. Tom moves on instinct, grabs the guy's wrist before he can pull anything. Ellie yells, "Dad." Driver's eyes go wide in the mirror. Car starts swerving because he's not watching the road. Stranger jerks hard, trying to break free. Backpack drops again, stuff spilling everywhere. Driver shouts, "Knock it off, both of you," and the tussle makes him lose control. Sedan fishtails, jumps back on the lane, no grip at all. Ellie slams against her door, trying to get out of the mess. Tom and the guy wrestle for the arm and jacket. Driver stomps the brake, but the car just slides on that sheet of white. Headlights flash off an icy road sign and vanish. Stranger yanks something out. Quick glint of a short barrel. Tom shoves his arm straight up. No shot, but the metallic click echoes. Driver yells again, cranks the wheel, but the sedan spins, shoots off the snowy edge, and drops down a steep embankment. Car flips twice down the slope. Glass shatters, metal screams, headlights spin. Light, dark, light, dark. It finally lands on its side. Engine sputters. Before Ellie blacks out, she feels the door buckling from the inside and hears a raspy whisper in her ear. "Trip ain't over yet."